So, hi, welcome everybody, and it's nice to see the people that are here, want to learn, want to increase their business, helping other people generate an income and learn everything there is to learn. So, people that was on last week or people that watched the training last week, we went into the nurture. Once you introduce somebody to the business, it's not about signing somebody up and leaving, moving on, finding somebody else, signing up, moving. You can do that all day long. And at the end of the month, you might have hundreds of people in your team, but probably one or two that's actually working. So I want to go back to that, and I want to work it with different ways. Every person is different. You've got people with black hair, you've got people with blonde hair, people with ginger hair. Everybody is different, and you've got to work with that person, the way they tick. So let's first of all go to the people that you've signed up. If you've got somebody that you've signed up, look at how many people you have signed up, then look at how many people are actually working and are actually duplicating what you're doing. I mean, I'm out there every day. I'm talking to people. I've got a few people in my team. I've got nearly 600 in my team. Not all 600 are doing what I'm doing. If they were, I'd be at Ali Mavani's position now, but they're not. So I was the first. I put my hands up. I've done the same. I've built and moved and not maintained the contact with the people. Okay, we've had lockdown, so we can't go out. And but what we need to do is we need to stop and think and plan. Yeah. So if we can stop, think, and plan, like I said last week, set yourself some goals. So last week I gave you some different goals to hit. Think it's another week now out of your life. A week has passed. How much further have you got? Have you signed anybody this week? Have you got anybody? Okay, not every week you sign somebody, but have you got anybody interested? We've got an amazing Zoom call tomorrow. That is a perfect opportunity. And if you don't have anybody on that Zoom call, put it down as a waste. I've wasted the company's time. They've put all this effort into producing these Zoom calls to explain the compensation plan to people. Every week I don't have anybody on there. I think I've wasted a week. That's another week. Now, I remember in the beginning of September thinking, right, I've got a full month, September. I am going to hit some goals. We're nearly at the end of the month. Look back. Have I hit those goals? I haven't hit the goals, no. Partly I'm really busy, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. We have got to sit and we've got to work with other people. As from next month, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to plan. I'm going to look at my team. For an example, when you sign somebody, they're very new. I've been through this. You probably, if you wasn't on the call, you need to get into your mind that that person that you've just signed into our business is like giving birth, or if you're a man, being a father to a newborn baby. You don't come out of hospital with a baby and just put the baby in its cot and say, right, I'll be back in 3 days. I've got to go out because I'm busy. But the bottles are there, the nappies are there. Just sort yourself out, right? Because that baby won't be able to do it. So why do you expect that the person that you've just brought into this amazing opportunity is going to actually go out and explain the system, explain the compensation plan to all their friends? They're not going to understand it. They need to learn. So you've got to be, as soon as you've got your first sign up, you're now a leader. You may not have a leader's position in the system, but you are a leader because you are now leading your first team member. So if you sit down and they phone you and say, oh, babe, can you phone me back? Because Coronation Street started and it's really, it's really exciting at the moment, because so-and-so's doing this. I've got to watch it, but phone me tomorrow. Is that a good example? No. You can always pause that. And so what you're doing is you need to look after your new baby. You need to nurture them so that they've joined. You have a planning meeting with them. So you sit so okay, whether we can meet with 2 meter gap, or do a FaceTime or something. So right, let's just make a plan. So you sit down and you say, right, okay, I've shown the opportunity. You bought a package, whether it's a 50 package or 5,000 package, doesn't matter. You're in the system. Where do you want to go? What are your goals? Do you just want to press the button every Monday and just earn a trade and increase in the coin? That's fine. Okay, we know where you're at. What I'll do for the next 4 weeks, I'll text you or call you every Monday just to make sure you've done your button. Yeah. So, but after that, you should be in a system to do it yourself, or set an alarm on your phone. Yeah. Because if you've got a 50 or 100 package, lots of people forget. You get a 5,000 package, you won't forget. It just, you just won't. And then they say, well, actually, I do need to earn some extra money. So, okay, so let's look at a plan. Do you want to earn a little part-time bit just to help you out? Or are you wanting to earn what you can earn and get to the top and earn the big bucks? I want to earn the big. Okay. Now, you're not just going to do that for me just leaving you on your own. Yeah. So let's work out how you want to do it. Just give me a goal to work with. What do you want to earn? 5,000 a month, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 or a million. Let's see where it's like. Just think of it as you're going on holiday before Satnavs and you need to go to Great Yarmouth, or you need to go from Dallas to somewhere. I don't really know my geography. So before Satnavs, you'd look, and with us, we in the UK, if I wanted to go to Great Yarmouth, I'd have to go towards the eighth thing. And I look at a map and I plan, I'd need to go to that town, drive through that town to the next town, and eventually get to your goal where your destination. And it's exactly the same. So you need to build a plan. So, okay, you want to get to the top, okay? Setting your goals high, it's fine, yeah? But you can't just suddenly go and do it. You've got to plan it. So first of all, we look at the compensation plan. Let's hit your first goals. And by hitting your goals, that will make you, you'll build up into compensation and your earnings will increase. So a couple of, you do that, you work their plan, you say, okay, if you want to hit that, you need to speak to 10 people a day. Yeah. So what we'll do then, we'll do a little plan. So when I leave, I'll say it's Monday, I'll be back on Wednesday, and you'll have a list of every person you know. Yeah. Whether it's your, somebody who works in the bank that you speak to when you go into the bank, whether it's your barber, your hairdresser, whether it's the courier, the Amazon delivery driver that comes in 3 times a week because you keep ordering online. Write everybody down. Don't prejudge, right? Everyone prejudge. Oh no, they won't do it. Don't ever do that, because you'll see, and a lot of people have been told, don't prejudge people, but people still do it. I've done it. And for an example, the person I thought, I kept looking at this lady's name, thinking, I don't really know her. No, and I didn't talk to her. And then one day in lockdown, I had some time, which is unusual, and I was just scrolling through my list, and I seen it. I thought, I'm just going to phone her. We're both foster carers, so I spoke to her about fostering, different things, and I said, are you open to earning some extra income? And she goes, what is it? I said, well, I can't really explain it. Can I send you a video? Cut a long story short, she's now got 32,000 in this, plus more. She's been, with all the profits, she's been buying more packages and more packages. Started off with 2,000, then she bought a 20,000, then she bought a 10,000, then she's bought 1,000 packages. I get 10%. Okay. So I did prejudge. I thought that if she would join, she might put 50 in and see how it goes. But I did not do it. Yeah, I couldn't have said, no, she won't do it because she's too busy. And that was one of the sort of people that I would have prejudged. That my other person that I would have prejudged, but obviously I don't now, is one of my closest friends, because everything I've done with networking, they've always tabooed it. They've gone with my partner. Here he goes again. And that's another one of them schemes. And they sort of, my partner and this married couple always like titter and on a stand up. So I don't care what you say, I believe in this stuff, and I'll do what it takes, So I never spoke to him, and I thought I always keep all my networking type businesses away from them, because all they do is meet with my partner and go, eh. So I just didn't want the hassle. So I didn't bother. I then went one day, as you know, we go out as two couples, and Ian said, "Yeah," I said, "I'm thinking of buying a Bitcoin." I said, "Really?" Thinking, "Why are you into it?" "Well, you know, it's sort of going to go." Right? And I said, "Well, listen, Ian," I said, "I don't normally talk to you, but I'm doing something very new. If you like Bitcoin, so what I'm worried about Bitcoin, it goes up and it goes down big time. Bitcoin's brilliant. I'm not putting that down at all." I said, "But you have got a risk that you buy Bitcoin now and it can drop. If it drops 1%, it's a lot of money." So look at what we've got. We've just started this, right? And it's only at, I think it's 30 or 40 euro cents. I said, just watch the video. I said, "I know you're skeptical about everything I've done. Just watch this. It's to do with crypto." And he watched it and said, "Oh, I'll try 1,000. 4 months down the road, he's now got 17,000 in it and swears by it. I did prejudge him because I've had it for the last 15 years. Him and his wife and my partner were all together. But I still gave him the opportunity, and he done it. So prejudging is quite dangerous, yeah. And the people that I thought, I know they're going to do this, they are so into this. I have somebody quite close. I've worked with him over the years in advertising. When I've had businesses, he's sold me advertising. He was very into crypto, and I know he's going to do it. It's once he sees this, I've spent hours trying to convince him. It's pointless. All I need to do is, my time is limited, and most people's times are limited. Why do I keep spending time with him? And he keeps saying, "Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll put some in." And then he comes back with, "What about it? You know, if you bought this coin, you've earned this." And constantly I get all this backfire. You know, this coin suddenly is a new coin that's just come out. If you put all your money in that, I have spent approximately 2 hours on chasing him and talking, and I'm not doing it anymore. All I'll do is let him watch me increase. He's watched me earn my earnings. I put a few bits on. I'm not good on Facebook, but he's seen me going from, I've earned 2,000, I've earned 4,000, I've earned 8,000, I've earned 12,000, I've earned over 15,000. And he sees that, and he knows I've got a 5,000 package. My 5,000 package is worth 8,000. That's just trickle, right? One day he'll come back to me and say, "Here, that thing, show me it again." And then I'll do it. So I won't just leave him. Anybody that I join, from now I will make sure that I do a planning meeting. I join, so okay, you've joined in today. What is it today? So it's Tuesday. So Thursday, can we get together and we'll just sit down and do a little planning meeting? Yeah. So you've done that planning meeting and you've gone through the goals of where they want to go. Some people say, "I just want to earn 200 quid a month because that will pay off a new car, pay off my car loan." Well, fine. So let's work out a plan. All you need to do is speak to 5 people a day. Out of 5 people a day, you're going to get, at the worst, one sign up a week or a month, or we'll sit down and do it on paper. And if that 5 people a day isn't giving us the goal that we achieve, we talk to 10 people a day. Yeah. And then you'll start increasing. People start seeing money coming in, and they'll start getting a bit more and a bit more. Like with Nick in the beginning, I signed him, he'd done nothing, and I pushed and he still done nothing. And then when my mum put in 1,000, he's seen 100 come in, but overnight he got another 80 for binary. He then seen, "Oh my God, this does actually really pay, and I can actually take it out and spend it and pay the bill that I should have paid 2 weeks ago." And he then got the buzz. He understood it. And it's, like I said last week, those 3D magic eye pictures, when you look and it's all like jumbled, you can't see nothing, and people say, "Stare into it," and the 3D image comes out at you. I'd done that for Nick for the first 2 months in this, and I said, "Look at it, Nick," and he said, "Yeah, just buzz, nothing there." There is something there. You've got to stare, Nick. Just look, and that you can't make them look, but eventually, with me, it took me 6 months. Everyone, I was convinced that there's a complete lie, and half of the world is telling me that there's this picture that's going to come out. And one day, I got it. Oh my God, I can actually see an image, and this deer appeared, and it all stood out, and it was amazing. And then I was like looking at I had all these books with this, and I was like, oh my God. But then I'm really frustrated because other people can't see it. So Nick got that, and you've got to work with those people until they see that picture. Yeah. So you speak to your person, you've signed them on the Monday, on the Tuesday, you have a planning meeting Thursday. So they're all a bit motivated still. You need to act in the beginning because it's like their honeymoon period. So they're all excited. They've got this thing. They can earn some money. They could earn millions if they want to. They got, oh, we're really excited. You leave them, and they'll speak to somebody. They go, oh, it's a pyramid. So that knocks a little. So they're at the top of their excitement. Someone says a pyramid, so they go down on one, and then the next person, oh, I've seen it before. Yeah, my friend done it, and she done this. Went down again. Then speaks to another. The family starts saying, oh, have you seen there's a Google review, and they're saying it's a con. Take them right down. So within a week, they're right at the bottom, and they're not talking, and think, oh, this is not going to work. The way we need to work is when we first meet a person, and this has happened to me today. I sell blinds. I do, obviously, window blinds. Today, I'd done a quote about a month ago, and we got chatting. It was a lovely, really nice lady, and I chatted about life in general. My second ears are always flapping. Yeah, I'm listening to everything, and I'm thinking, is this opportunity? She lost her husband a year ago. She's got kids, and I'm thinking, basically, she's moved into this area, knows nobody. She's got no, she's isolated, really. She's in her home, doesn't know anybody in the town. And eventually I get into the conversation about this. And I said, even if you just to join this, we'll give you a community to join. I said, because we have all the WhatsApp groups, we have people, you'll get to know people in Daventry that are in my team. So we left it at that. We just had a quick chat about it. Today I went to fit the blinds, and we went through everything. And you've got to listen to people. You don't just go in with I've got the best thing in the world and you need it. You go in and you listen to how they listen to their life, their stories, and you obviously you're interested in it. But what happened today is this lady was just saying to me, yes, blah, 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 my son and this and that. I said, no, just a money bag. You know, it said, I've got a cash point in here. So he phones, he wants this, he wants that. Constantly bailing him out. I said, but he's got a good work ethic. I said, but he's terrible at saving. I said, actually, so come into that. So I see my card is right on the top of your coffee table. I said, did you manage to look at that opportunity? I said, I haven't yet, but no, it's something I will definitely do. So the thing is, I said, your son sounds like me. I said, I've earned some serious money, and I've never been able to save. When I get money, I need to spend it. Yeah. And my mum used to go mad. You need to save. Why do I need to save? I might be dead tomorrow. That was my view. So I haven't got any savings. So I said this to this lady. I said, this business has changed me. This is whereas before I'd want to have a car on a car loan, pay that off and have a nice car, pay that off every month. But you wait in the second year, you don't really want to be paying this bane of thing right over your head. I said, I'd rather drive around in an old banger. I've got 5,000 in this my package in this. I've put my money into that, although I've earned it through this, but I would have normally earned it and spent it on put a deposit down on the car and spent it as I go along. But I've put it back into the system. I have a 5,000 package that is now in 15 weeks worth 8,000, and it's gave me the bug. I want as many coins as I want. If I got £1,000 tomorrow spare, I'd want to put it into this, because that £1,000 could turn into 5,000 in the next few years. Put it into the bank. If I got 1,000 in a year's time, it'd still be £1,001 with the interest. But that 1,000 will only, at the moment, you can buy £1,000 worth of products. In a year's time, those products you buy will cost you 1,200. So actually, your money's depreciating. So it gave me the bug to actually want to get more into this. So it's turned him into a saver. Yeah. So I said to her, I said, this, if your son could see it, not only would it earn him some money, and he hasn't. So what I said, and this is what I've done with my brother. My brother used to say, oh, can you lend me this? Because I can't pay this. Can you lend me this? And I said, no, but what I can do is I can show you how to earn it. And it's like, so rather than you, bank of mum, yeah, said, why don't you say, look, next time, so I can't keep bailing you out. What I can do is I'll buy you a package. You look into this system and you can earn your own money and get out of this situation. So you're giving him an opportunity to earn his money. She goes, he's a brilliant salesman. I went, well then. She said, well, actually, I said, are you free tomorrow night? We've got an amazing call, Zoom call, and one of the top people that knows all about the industry does the presentation. So can you get onto the Zoom at 7? She says, yeah. But if you could, that will explain it all. I said, no, definitely. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get my son on it as well. I said, no, that's fine. If you can, then you don't have to explain it to him. I said, yeah, what I'll do, she says, I'll get my son, I'll get him to join. I'll join under him because that'll help him out, won't it? She said, my mum, she goes, my mum, and really annoys me, she said, oh, and my stepdad, they are real severe gamblers. They just constantly bingo this, and they constantly, she always tells me about the wins, but she never tells me about the losing. And no, I know that's gambling and it is dangerous. It really annoys me. That's all they do. Every penny is. So I could say to my mum, this is a bit of a gamble, but if you put some money into this, so what she's doing is saying, looking at people's interest, thinking like, mum's a real good gambler, right? She loves gambling. She loves the bingo. She loves going on the slot machines on the internet. So if you say, mum, there's a business opportunity here that can earn some extra money, and mum's not interested in the slightest. But she goes, mum, got a bit of a gamble for you. Interest? Really? What is it? Well, you buy a package. It's a bit of a risk. We don't think it's a risk, but it's a bit of a risk. But that package could turn into, well, our mum's now interested. I want to know more because this is something she's into. And you're not going to say that to, like, I know KD's not, I presume KD's Christian and wouldn't be into gambling. So you've got to look at the person. You've got to get to know the person to find out how you explain this. If you've got a heavy gambler, you can say, do you want a bit of a prompt? This is a really good opportunity. Take a bit of a risk. You could win big. You've got their interest. If you've got somebody that's very, very, oh, I don't take risks, you have to go in a different approach. You just, and the people that, like my partner says, oh, you're so gullible. You'll do it. You'll try anything. You just look at you believe anything. No, this could be rubbish. It could be. So, but unless you do and try, you don't know. I have done, I have tried, and I do know. So yes, I will look into everything. And okay, a few things I put my money into, and it didn't work out. But they go, yeah, I told you. Thinking, well, have you not had a job in your life that you didn't like and you moved on to another job? Are you gullible because you didn't do that job for life? You started that job when you were 17 in the restaurant. Why are you not still doing that? Are you gullible? You moved on to another job because you've done about 40 jobs in your life. It doesn't make you gullible. It just makes you want to better yourself. Yeah. So I've done different networks. I've learned absolutely loads of amazing bits that from different networks. I've picked up different strategies and things, and I've put it into this. I'm not saying I'm one of the top earners. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is it is working for me. The biggest thing is with like the so-called, oh, it's on Google. It says this. I always say to them, for example, I know someone's a bit skeptical, yeah, and they're that blinkered that, you know, if the government says there's a mask that's going to save you from COVID, they'd wear it. I'm not going into that, but whatever the institutions say, they believe. So if Google put on saying this is a scam, they believe it. So you can't go straight in and say, oh, I've got a brilliant opportunity, talk about it, get them all excited. They then go on to Google and read the bad part. or the bad review, and then you've lost them. So that sort of person, you just turn around and you're chatting in general, you're talking and you're saying, so it doesn't, you don't pitch it to them. Say, it makes me laugh. He said, I'm an iPhone man. Those flipping updates. I said, I've had an update, ISO, whatever it is at the moment. I said, went to my music, and it's all completely changed. I don't really know where my music is now. So I've been on Google to try and find out how to work it, and everyone's cursing it and saying how Apple's rubbish, So I'm getting loads of people saying it's stupid. They keep changing everything. You learn how the system works, and then the next time you update it, it's all changed. Why can't I just leave it alone? So I'm listening to all these bad reviews, but there's got to be. So I thought I'll forget the bad ones. Just put positive reviews of the Apple iPhone. I read the positive one. So, but it's a bit like a business I do, I've worked my phone out now, and yes, I was annoyed that my Apple iPhone did change all my music settings, but it's changed it for the better. And it's like, now I've understood and learned how it's all the update. It's actually a lot better. I mean, it plays music it picks music that it thinks I like. It's so much. So, but Google's listed of all these people putting it down, saying it's rubbish. We need to go to Android, blah blah blah. So, but it's like the business I'm in. If you went on to Google and read the report that some blogger has put just to gain traffic, then a lot of people do that. So, but they've missed out. So, because I've earned more in the last 5 or 6 months than I would have earned in my full-time job in over a year. Yeah. And it's because I don't listen to that. And then they go, well, what is it then? You're into it. So, well, no, because you probably won't. You'll be one of them that just wants to read the bad. So what's the point of telling? Well, what is it? I said, well, it's to do with the crypto. But it's a lot simpler than crypto. Well, I said, well, it's just something that I show people. If they buy something, everybody that I've shown has earned some money. And then they're now asking you. You've already told them that somebody's put a bad review on. Yeah. So that it's not as if, because I've been through it before, and I've got them all excited, and it's like, oh, and then a few days later I get this thing. Look, I've seen this. I should have told them. So be upfront in the beginning. Say, yes, we have a bad review by one blogger that doesn't really understand what he's going on about. The reason why he's doing that is because we've got 60,000 members all talking, It's everyone's talking about BizzCoin, so people go straight into Google to have a look, and that comes up. He's at the top to get there. All our traffic goes there. He's got all advertising running through it. He is earning huge amounts of money on the back of our success. Yeah, those sort of people. I have one of my biggest aunties. There's one of my closest friends that I grew up with as a teenager. Everything I put on, she's completely against anything to do with network, to do with multi-level marketing, doesn't matter what it is. And when I first done a thing, she said, I'm sorry, Darren, don't mean to be funny, but I've researched this company and it's a scam. Please don't tell people to invest money into it. I don't want it all to come back on you. I said, oh, Karen, have you read a Google blog? Yeah. Have you ever had a headache and put it into Google that what do you do? Has the Google told you it might be a brain tumor? You just sat there, or did you go to the doctors and find out the proper truth? You haven't researched it. You've just read an idiot's view. Yeah. So my view, you're a teacher so if you want to know my views on teaching in this country, you won't like it. Yeah. Because if there's any teachers, I'm sorry, it's not your fault, but I have foster children. Those foster children don't know the value of a house. They don't know what a mortgage is, what percentages, and borrowing money. And they know, some children know about Pythagoras' theorem, algebra, things that they never need in their life. But the things they do need, they don't get educated. They're not educated on cryptocurrencies, the difference between how the governments are printing money, real life. Yeah. So that's education. So I don't go back at her on that. You know, I don't agree with half the things that she's educating our kids to, but she's straight there trying to tell me something I've studied. I've been in this company from the beginning. I've watched, I've learned, I've been with them when they've made their, not mistakes, but where they've learned and made it better, you know, and this is, and then they've increased and changed something to make it better. And the company's grown and grown and grown. So please don't tell me after reading one page of some blogger's opinion that she knows all about the company that I've earned a lot of money, putting 50 euros in and earning over 15 to 20,000 in 5 or 6 months, to tell me that it's a scam and it's not going to work. You know, I'm not here to ask you when I approach people and they do give me the negative and say no, that won't. So sorry, stop. I'm not here to ask if this is going to work. I know it works. I'm just wondering if you're interested in having a look. Yeah. I don't need your opinion. I've done my research. Out of the 6 months since I've been in the BizzCoin, probably a month or 2 months, my brain has been studying this system. Yeah. So please don't try and advise me or educate me on something you've never seen before, because you know something that happened 5 years ago that a company built up and then it went bust. Right? You cannot compare that. You can't compare. You know, I know this company. I know it's open. I know the directors, and everyone can get to know that. So you've got to basically, going back to it, you've got to not rush in. Quick, I've got an amazing opportunity. Right? You've got to see this because you're going to be a millionaire, right? People are going to just close down and think, yeah, whatever, you know. In day-to-day life, you'll meet day-to-day people you know, people you don't, people you're getting to know, people you work with. Always have a second ear. So you're listening, you're doing your day-to-day thing. With me today, we went through everything from her kids, her grandkids, her husband, living in different countries, fostering, social services, back to the children. Just gradually thought, actually, that is a perfect opportunity, because she can't get her son to save money. He's had some good jobs. He's a good salesman, but he lives beyond his means. That was like me. I live beyond my means. So why not? It's changed me. I don't want to spend money. I want to put money into this. If I, you know, I don't want to take my coin out. You know, I want to keep it because I know I've watched it increase. When I first bought my first package, it was at 24 euro cents. It's now at 68. Yeah. And I knew people that bought 25,000 package on it at 20 euro cents. How much is that 25,000 package at 20 euro cents, and it's now at 68? They've tripled the money. Yeah. Okay. If you've got a 50 package, you've tripled your money. It's 150. You know, it's still a good increase, but it's not. So I've got 5,000. Yes, I've worked hard for it and I've got it. But I want 5,000. It's not that I'm greedy. It's like being in the traditional job. You know, you want to achieve better. So you work hard in your job to get promoted. You don't get promoted just so I've got a better label. It's because you get a pay rise, you know. People are so chuffed. I've just been promoted. They get an extra 5,000 a year. That's £100 a week. Yeah, that's a good promotion. But our promotion is far better if you think about it. You work hard for your first year. Yeah, you can have a great big structure. Me, 6 months now, 600 people in my team. They're not all working. A lot of them aren't. So let's just say 500 of them are just pressing their button. Yeah. The others work. So what's going to happen once those packages expire? They're going to look and suddenly think, well, I put 100 euros into this. Yeah. And now it's expired. Oh, I'm going to cash in. They go to cash in. How much? I've got 600, 500, whatever the coin value is at that time. And they're going to think, well, I put in 100, even if it doubled, right? Which it's very close to doubling now. Right, so 100 is 200. I think, oh God, I just put that in, press the button, I've got 200. Do you think it's okay, I'll take it out and go? Do you think, actually, I'm going to bundle the package. I'll take 100 profit and keep that 100 then, keep my profit in, yeah? But everybody, even if they've not worked, they're either going to renew or they're going to increase. So whatever I do next year, I've also got the renewals coming in. So all those packages will start to expire, and they think, right. And I believe that people who sell out a 500 package will have minimum of 1,500 return, yeah? So they're going to think, actually, I've had a 500, I might as well at least put 1,000 back in it. I'm going to get pay raises. So it's not only, if you look at my earnings now in 6 months, if I just double that, that gives me a very good annual wage, yeah? So say it'll be about 40,000 a year, right? As you get bigger and as your team builds, it snowballs. It's power of numbers. So for an example, like the power of 2. Power of 1, you put a penny in the jar, tomorrow you double it, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. As you get to the end of the month, you've got a lot of money, thousands in there. It's like that. So you work hard for your first year. My first year, I'm predicting 40,000 earnings, yeah? If I do just the same next year, not only am I going to get 40,000 what I've earned next year, but I've also, my renewals of 40,000, but I presume that they would increase. So even if they didn't increase, I'm getting 40,000 from last year's work I've done, plus 40,000 from this year. So next year, it'll be 80,000. Year 3, it'll be triple, but it'll go bigger and bigger and bigger. So what you've got to believe, and you've got to get people to understand that, and you can't explain all this in one meeting with a new person. So a regular catch up with your team, and also make them, unless they say please don't, make them accountable. So you say, okay, right, so your plan is to get to speak to 5 people a day, yes, so then we can get you to this, you can earn that, and that will make you, that will get your car, or that will get your holiday next year when we're ever allowed to leave on a plane. So a week down the road, and I'd done this last week, I said, I want you to, we'll come back. So I want the people that were on it, or people that's watching it, that was watching last week, how's your income? Look in your back office, have you earned more? Yes, no? So it's another week. And don't forget, our lives are on a timer, yeah? We don't know when the timer ends, but we know it gets less every day. Every day we wake up, we've got less time. So we haven't got that time. Unless you want to do it really, really slow so that you're rich when you're as in a family, you can't actually afford to buy a pool for your house and dive in because your bones are creaking. You need to prioritize things, and your kids are little. Oh yeah, I've got all, yeah, fine, you've got your kids little. Do it now so that when you can then help your kids when they come to you. At the moment, there might be 5, but when they're 18 to 20, they were saying, Mum and Dad, can you lend me 22,000 for deposit? You got all that to come, So let's work. If you start working now, like Debbie's children, right? Okay, they're working hard, they're at college or uni, at school and things. But there is going to come a time, and inflation's coming with it. So when your kids are wanting their first flat, for example, to rent with their mate, the deposit won't be 600 to 1,000. It'll be 3,000 to 5,000. And they go, Mum, Dad, can you lend me that? Because I need to. And that's going to be going on, and it's going to increase. So as your kids grow up, your expenses are going to get bigger and bigger, and your earnings not going to follow it. At the moment, you might be earning, say, £500 a week. Inflation is going to be much more. So your savings are never going to build with the way inflation, especially as they're printing the money. So we've got to think of this, and we can't just think, like me and Debbie talk at least normally every other day. She phoned me today and said, it's been a week. I've had so much going on. I need to get this moving again. And I said, yeah, Debbie, you do. We need to work together. We need to get it going. Both of us, you know. I've got 2 people on Zoom call tomorrow. Can you get anybody on it? You know, I'm not saying that because I'm boasting. Look, I've got 2 people coming and you haven't got any. It's like for her to see, you know, I've put some time in today to get 2 serious people on that Zoom. Hopefully that encourages her thinking, well, he's got 2. I'm going to try and get 2 just to get a little sort of a healthy competition going. And by doing that, I'm helping Debbie. If Debbie then gets 2 people on, then it's going to boost her. And that out of those 2 people, 1 person joins. She's boosted. But at the same time, you've got to be there ready that when Debbie says, I've got 3 people, they're definitely coming on. He knows all about trading. He's really keen. I spoke to him. I said, brilliant, yeah. And also I spoke to this client today and she said, yes, she'll be on. So she's all excited. We go on the Zoom tomorrow. My 2 people don't turn up. Debbie's down. Debbie's texting them saying, you know, where are you? Where are you? I'm on the Zoom. No reply, not even read it. Debbie's going to go back down, right? Yeah. You need to be there. Deb, don't worry. Move on, you know. Something come up. We've seen this magic eye picture. We can see what's inside. They haven't seen it yet. So they don't realise what they're missing. So for them to miss a Zoom call, it's like me saying, look, people in America, we just got all creatures great and small come back on our TVs. If I tell you that's absolutely amazing, unless you've seen it, it means nothing. You say, oh yeah, I can watch that another time. But once you watch it, you think, I can't wait to watch the next one. Mind you, that is the only thing I ever watch because I haven't really got time for TV. But it's like that. So don't drop when people let you down. They haven't seen what we're offering. Yeah, we've got to remember that. So I've got 3 people next and none of them are on. Don't worry. Keep going because eventually people will come on, and those people that should have come on will go, actually, I'm free. Or you see them on the, it's like Debbie's a hairdresser. She comes in the next time. Hey, babe, what happened? You never come on that Zoom. Oh, do you know what happened was the teenage lad come in, he'd just been in a fight and I had to sort him out and they all kicked off and things happen in life. But it doesn't mean to say you don't let that stop your dreams and your buzz. Just you think, well, okay, change your thinking. So you think, okay, I had 3 people that was definitely promised me to go on the Zoom, they're not on. So turn that into, right, that's going to give me more fight. I'll make sure I get more people next week. They can see. Right? So these people that said they're going to do it and don't, let them just see me. Like in a few months' time, you've earned more money and you get a new car. Like, oh, shit, he's got a new car. What is that? Years' time, you've got your lifestyle will change and people see that through without just saying, I've earned 60 grand. People see your lifestyle. Suddenly, like Debbie's got another new clothes and her hair's been. She looks, and you start as you're starting building that, you get a bit more motivated. I mean, for me, I would not even put a camera on Zoom when I first come into this business. My camera was turned off, like some people's are on here. Would not show my face. They asked questions, I wouldn't talk. I was asked to be a best man. I refused because I wouldn't do public speaking. And I've built up, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a good speaker, but I'm doing it and I'll do what it takes. You know, if it takes me, me to get on here, talk to people, I'll do it because if that helps people, it will help me and in turn it'll help us all. And the more my business builds, the more confident I get, the more excited, the more, and as it gets bigger and bigger, I mean, the thought about standing up on stage in front of people is the biggest fear of my life. But now I'm not starting to think, actually, you know, I can now imagine, like Ali Mabani, for an example, that's got 40,000 people earning the huge income. And like he says, it's not me, it's my team I'm thankful for. I only brought in a few people who then brought in a few, and it snowballed. Yeah, it just took over, and I thank my team. Now, when he's up on stage, you think I could never do that. But once you've got to that, and you've got all these people that gave you the success because you've helped them and you've gave them the success, you want to stand up and say thank you and this, you know, and be recognised and recognize and thank your team. for all working together to get, because he wouldn't have got to president without us, all of us. Yeah, most of us on this call is probably under Ali. Yeah, I'm here doing this, I'm talking to people. He doesn't see what's going on, but he's still thankful for what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's now changed my life. It has. I am now talking in public. I know it may not be a lot, but this is recorded. I was even with a video camera or a normal camera. As soon as the camera comes, I'm gone. Yeah, but I've had to change my ways. Change your thinking, change your ways if you want to do it. Work with your team, and we will all increase. So what I want to do now is I want to open it up to anybody that wants to participate and chuck something in.
Undo your mics. Unmute your mics, I mean, not undo. Good time. No, well done, Darren. Thanks for that.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, as usual. That is very captivating and very motivated. Information to inspire anybody. I really want to thank you for coming out and giving us that insight. It's going to move someone someday, and I really want to thank you. What we are doing, we're just laying foundations. We're stepping out of our uncomfortable environment into a new environment for ourselves. But what in the process of doing it is that we're laying the foundation for the future, or someone who's going to come in and says, can I back up? Can I verify everything you said? Yes. The confidence that you had, that you were saying, when someone comes to you and tells us a policy, is because you know the truth, and that's already made you free. And that's where the confidence comes in, knowing that I've seen the results. The result is the confidence that builds it. So I really want to thank you very much, and looking forward to more, discussions like this and candid open. I wish everyone should open up and kind of open up and ask questions or suggest or bring up any ideas, and makes it very, very informative and very open, candid conversation. So thank you very much. I don't let me say too much right now, but I really appreciate it. Thank you, Darren and Nick.
Thanks,
and
Frank.
everyone on the call.
Thank you very much.
Do you have anybody else that want to say anything? No. But Nick, anything you want to add?
Just to say that I really need to start motivating myself a little bit more. I've slacked over the last couple of weeks or so, and I'm the first to put my hands up for that. But we'll have a discussion and see what we can do.
Okay.
I noticed Janet's unmuted her mic, and Joanna as well. Ladies. Oh, Joanna's muted her mic. Janet, do you want to say anything?
Hello there. Good evening, everybody. Sorry I came on a bit late, but hi, I got on eventually.
That's all right. Don't let it happen
again.
Nice
to see you. I will phone you after this, Janet.
Yeah, I've had one of those unfortunate circumstances, Darren. She's cancelled on me for tomorrow.
Yeah, don't worry. It does happen. But she hasn't cancelled. She just postponed.
Till next week, yeah. So and I've got one other. So, positive.
So it's still good, yeah. So don't look at it as a cancellation. Look at it as it's postponed. She said, sorry, I've double booked. Well, you sent me the text. I've double booked. Can we do next week? So she's still interested. It's just, I was looking forward to coming over to your house tomorrow morning and
I was looking forward to it as well, Darren, yeah.
But we'll do next week. And just think of it as positive.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Exactly. Yeah. But so I will see your house next week.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
So does Munich still go ahead? Is Munich still going ahead?
It's still going ahead. I want to go, but I don't know if I can. I'm just waiting close to the time because of the lockdown situation and things. I think if I'm desperate to be there, I really want to be. But if
they're saying essential travel only at the moment, aren't they?
Well, to me, that is more essential than anything. But
yeah, I get that.
It's what they believe.
Reality, isn't it?
I know. It's whether if I have to self-isolate when I come back for 14 days, I haven't got.
I'm exactly the same, unfortunately. I'd like to. Yeah.
So at the very worst, it'll gut me, but I'll watch it live on a Zoom call or whatever's going on. But I'm just hoping that things change before that, and I'll just buy my ticket and go.
Okay, on that note, I got to provide some updates.
Yeah,
So thanks for bringing that up. I
brilliant.
just wanted
Okay.
to, today's the director's call. There is some major updates going on with the COVID situation. There are new lockdowns, new tightenings going on, as you can see in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's becoming a concern for our events and our host.
Yeah.
So right now, the hall in Zurich and the locations that the company is trying to use, they won't even accommodate the amount of audience we're expecting. So right now, and the company does not want to do an event when they're expecting 2,000 people. And to be able to get 2,000 people, you have to rent a hall for 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So it's for the COVID situation, and there is no hall that can seat 10,000 people unless you get to a stadium. And now that becomes a ban. So right now, the company is trying to figure out what we're going to do with the Zurich event. They have not made any final decisions. They actually went to Amsterdam to check out another location and just to try to get the event. But what they said is this: the event for September launch must take place, whether it's going to be live in person, on a virtual global conference, or whatever it takes. A few people, whatever it is, that can gather together, and the rest we just have to watch it. So that is the situation of things as of today. So they're going to provide updates for those who have purchased tickets, and they said, don't worry about it. Whatever you purchased, you will still be honored, whether, at an event here or whatever the event is going to be, held, you'll still be, the company believes that, having a major event to launch a product gets more publicity like it was in Dubai. But because of the COVID restriction, we have to follow the rules and the guidelines given by whichever country that event is held, whether in Zurich, in the Amsterdam, or in UK. Right now, those are the three possibilities right now. So we are waiting for everyday updates, and so it's one day at a time. So if you've purchased, it's okay, your ticket. If you've not, you still want to, I don't even have an answer for that, but they still say the event must go on because of the launch of our iPay bank payment solution and other product that they are planning to launch. There must be an event for it to promote it. So that is the update today. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing also, but it's not a good thing because our way of getting together is going to be impacted by the COVID, but we don't have a choice. But either way, it's still going to go on. So that's the update today.
Frank,
Okay, that's
thanks so much
brilliant.
for that update.
Thank you.
Okay,
Lovely.
I'm back, guys. Thank you so much
Hi.
for patience.
Hi, Joanna.
Multitasking.
Yes.
As they say, I'm not camera ready, but my voice still works. The good news for anybody on the call is perseverance and persistence, along with consistency, builds stability. And for me, the COVID-19 lockdown and the daily calls is a way that I stayed engaged. It always lifted my spirits when I was on the daily call. It helped when I was engaging other people that were, give them a distraction if nothing else. And so we've got to get back to that routine of bringing people to the call. And don't weary in your well-doing. Last week I was telling Frank, I said a lady I invited to the call 6 months ago, she called me up. She says, you're the first person to tell me about this cryptocurrency thing, and I've just come into some money and I'm ready to buy some coin. And she came in with 5,000. She got, when you add it into US dollar amount, that's a significant amount to put down for somebody who is, my age and really has never done anything with cryptocurrency. She says, but I'm looking for you to help me, tell me what I need to do. And that's all I had to say. I didn't have to do anything else after that. Because I stayed in the program. People are going to keep calling you back. They're going to come with 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. because they're concerned now, and with good reason. We should all be concerned. So we want to see you at the top with us, not from the top. And we all have the same starting point. I just applaud Nick and Darren, because they came in and they've done well, and I will follow them anywhere, and I appreciate their leadership. So take it away. Back to you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Joanna. It means a lot.
Yeah, and that is perfect. That's something I didn't cover is the people. You just, as long as you continue, the only way that you're going to fail is by stop doing it. Yeah, and people can see, the people in the beginning that I have spoken to, they still look now, and I still put things, like the coin is now increased. I do that on Facebook, so they're watching me. Yeah, and like Joanne said, who knows? So that person come in with an inheritance or whatever. People come into money and they go, actually, and they come back to you. It could be 6 months, could be a year, but they'll come back and say, actually, that thing you told about at the beginning, I wasn't interested because I didn't have any money to do it. I've now either sold a house, I've done this, I've done whatever. It's not just that because you've told them 6 months ago and they've seen that you've done it six months ago and you're still doing it. What you're doing, I don't know, because they keep seeing little bits of posts. They're thinking, obviously, whatever he spoke about a year ago, he's still doing, so he's got to be making some money. So I'm better go and speak to him and say, look, I'm ready. I'm looking for something to do. What is it that you told me about a year ago? Because you're still at it. It must be working, and that's how it will just become easier and easier. I mean, imagine once you've bought a big car, for an example, and people suddenly see you go from like mine, it's an old banger. I just drive old bangers. But if I'm hitting car qualification, I'm driving suddenly in a year's time, I'm driving around in a 50,000 car. People are going, whoa, what's going on? I know lots of people, whether acquaintances, ex-customers, they suddenly think, oh my God, something's happening in his life. And then they start watching you on Facebook. Then what has he got a different job? What's he doing? People are amazing.
Well, by the way, that was $1,000 call. And, you get 10% from the, excuse me for interrupting you, because
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
500 for the direct, and then the next day the team bonus kicked in.
Yeah.
I woke up and I said, wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm going to say it again. Wow.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
So
yeah.
The money will come, and it'll come from people you never expect. So
exactly. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. And it's like I said 3 weeks ago, I was out having a meal. I signed somebody, my cousin phoned me, said, can you help my mate? He wants to put 1,000 in between courses. I bought Bitcoin for him and done it for him. But I didn't really have time to look. So once I left the restaurant, my partner was driving home. So I thought I'd just check that, and it's not on my paying leg, it's on my strong leg. So I'd done it because it was my team, but I wasn't going to be paid. I was just probably going to get a matching bonus, 2%. But I thought, just check that everything's gone in and that his 1,000 is increased on my, I've only got 100 or 80,000 or whatever. And I think it's 100,000 in my binary leg. And I went to check just to make sure that 1,000's gone in. And the other side, on my weak leg, it said 10,000. Good job I wasn't driving. So 10,000, where's that? 10,000? I wasn't there this morning. I've got 10,000 in my weak leg. And I said to my husband, I said, I've got 10,000 on my weak leg. And he's going, I know what you're on about. What do you mean? I said, somewhere someone put 10,000 in my leg. And he's going, well, what's that mean? I said, well, it means I earn 900 euros tonight when I go to sleep. He said, what for? I said, because I said, I need to phone KD. I need to find out where this comes from. I didn't know. Obviously, Frank knows. Somebody, I've got no idea, somebody in the States. I woke up to 900 euros. But strange thing is, it happened a week later again. And I went out for dinner again, checked my thing. And so for 2 weeks in a row, I had 900 euros going through for binary. And that's what people say, oh, yes, because you know, no, I don't know who it is. It's none of my people. It was somebody way down the chain that hit that leg and gave me the payout. And if you can build your team, doesn't matter if it's a 50 package, a 100 package, a 10,000 package, doesn't matter, because you don't know who knows people and who knows. So,
And it's always too soon to quit asking, inviting.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and definitely on that, that's some of the things that people are wondering. You mentioned something, Darren, that if people say a year later you're still in that thing, I'm like, that thing must be good. That's why you're still in it. I'm
Yeah.
sure if it's not good, you won't be in it a year later. And they're still waiting, still looking. When are you gonna quit? Are you gonna quit anytime soon? I'm just
Yeah.
waiting. Let me give you a little story. What you said is so true. And the person that did that transaction that you're talking about is coming to do more, just to let you know.
Really.
So you might want to tell everybody else waiting, okay?
Yeah.
The person is just testing the waters. When they come in like a whale. This is the reason why you get in and position yourself and do what you can do today,
Yeah.
but you cannot do tomorrow. I don't know who the person knows. I don't know who you know. The question is this: you never stopped. Just when you sit down to talk to someone and they come in or not come in, the last thing you want to tell them is, don't come back tomorrow and regret the decision you're supposed to make today. So when you tell that person, say, please just get in for free.
Yeah.
Put your position, put your foot in the door. And it's amazing to let you know that one of the things that I loved about this business and this opportunity is this, back again to that, is the binary, that what you do today remains in their system for life. It doesn't flush away at every month. It stays there. You don't lose it. So even though you don't earn it today, it might be on your power leg, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't get paid over it. But one day you will. So you must continue the effort. So whether you put it in or someone else puts it in, the way the system is designed together is for maximum longevity. And when you realize that, and the people behind it and everything that they're doing, you can feel and rest assured that you are in the right place at the right time with the right team of people along, that no one is going to let you down. When you see some of the things that the company is planning, a lot of things that's going to be announced on this the next 2 or 3 weeks, 90% of it I don't even know. But I'm excited. I
Exciting.
can't wait. So I'm just going to leave it at that level. So thank you very much again.
Thank you. Brilliant. So, would you have any more, or do we wrap it up because time is ticking? What is the time? Yeah. So, yeah, we've gone over the hour. So,
All right.
I think we should leave it. Okay.
All
So,
right.
we'll
Thank you
be
very
back
much.
next week. Anybody try and keep up with these weekly Zoom calls, and I want to try and get it not me talking all the time. I want it so that eventually we can start discussing amongst each other. Well, I've done this. I spoke to this person, but they come back to this. What would you say to that person when they said, "Oh, it's crypto coin isn't real. They can just take it." What do I say to that? And then we can then all input and say, "Okay, this is the way you answer it. Bitcoin's been around and it's proven itself. Everyone thought it was rubbish in the beginning, and now people are looking, even banks are thinking it's serious now. So we can all input. We can all, Debbie might talk to somebody and she has a question that's never been taught. She'll phone me down quick. I've been asked this. What do I do? So give that information to all of us, so we can all, next time we're talking to somebody, they ask us the same question. We think, actually, I know the answer to that because Debbie had that, or Janet spoke to so and so, and she said, "Oh yeah, but isn't it this BizzCoin? It is actually owned by Bitcoin, isn't it?" And I said, "Well, apparently somebody told me well, no, it's not owned by Bitcoin. Let's explain it." Next time someone says that, she's got the answer. We've all got the answer. So let's all get involved and start bringing. It's not just about. I mean, I'm not a top networker. I'm just doing it basically just to help my team and to all of, just keep us all motivated. Every week we come on, it motivates. So tomorrow I'm like ready. Like I've got to sign some people up this week, because next week I'm standing in front of you lot, which is my judges. I've sat here telling you how to do everything and what you need, the best way to do it. If I come on next week and haven't signed somebody, I feel I've not achieved what I'm teaching. Whether that happens or not, even if I don't do it, I'm not going to stab myself. But the fact is, it makes me, it motivates me. So if I sign somebody, it's helping me. It's going to help some of you lot because it'll drop underneath anyway. But by keeping me, it gives me this goal that I've got to keep talking. I want to do that anyway, but I've got to think by next week. It'd be lovely to say, right, I'll sign 2 people this week by following what I've just taught you. Yeah. So I will put that to you that I do want to try and have 2 people new in my team by next week. I want you lot to all look at it in the same situation and make it to yourself. You're going to forecast it, and if you fail, you feel like I'm a failure. But say to yourself in your mind, or say it out loud, or write it on the wall is best. I want 2 new team members, or 5, or 10, or 1 by training next week. Yeah, and I will ask the question: did you hit your goal? Yeah, don't set your goal stupid like I want 50 new people, right? Because you're going to fail and it's not going to do any good. If you say I want to sign 1 person and you sign 2, you're going to be buzzing because you've actually gone way over your expectations. But let's all just set our own goals to ourselves, and then if that doesn't work, next week we'll say, okay, let's tell everybody, and it makes it a bit more stressful then because you've just said on the Zoom.
But Darren,
okay,
how many carrots will I get if I get 2 people?
if you get 2, I'll give you a dozen.
I'll give you 3.
You can have 9 carrots.
Don't like
Okay,
carrots,
I'm all
Debbie.
over it.
You don't like carrots. I've been trying to get her to eat them for years.
How much is the carrot?
Yeah,
That's so
that's
good.
that's Nick's thing. Is the
A carrot a
thing,
day
isn't it?
keeps the skeptics away.
Oh wow.
Keep something away. Yeah.
We're gonna need to have some fun, you know. I'm working on some competition and some motivations in the team.
Yeah.
So you know, we
Nice.
might have to start doubling carrot and see who can eat the most carrot in one
Yeah,
city.
definitely. Yeah,
Whoever can eat the most carrot wins the competition for that day.
exactly.
Love it.
Yeah.
Darren, you
So,
know all these
yeah.
backdrops that everybody's got, the biz trade backdrops
Yeah,
and stuff. How do they work? How do we get them?
You have to use X, whatever it is. It's a program. I think I pay $4.95. I've took mine off because when I move my hand, it goes in and out, and it blurs a bit. But yeah,
I know his Frank's got them quite a bit, and
I
they're
can
quite
I can
good.
show you. It's very simple on your laptop. You know, mostly you cannot do it on cell phone, but on laptop. See, the background that you're looking at here is just a wall. Okay, I'm going to show you the
Yeah.
real picture behind it. What I did is I went to the corporate office and I took a picture of the office like this, and I uploaded it to my computer on Zoom. There's a place that allows you to upload any picture. So
Right.
if I show you the real wall, you want to see the real wall?
Go on then, Frank.
Let me hide it. Are you recording this? You're gonna have to edit this part out.
Hold on a minute. I'll pause it.
Hey.
Thanks for that, Frank. And Darren, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night. God
Thank you.
bless.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night. See y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys. Great
Bye.
call.
It's got cheese in it.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.